And so what I did is I just created massive rapport with the husband because he was never even there, right? But oftentimes what happens is that's usually the wife. And so the wife's, either way, they're now in cohesion because they feel like I'm their friend. Like I know exactly what's going on. And then so that's me pre-framing both of them.
Connected to SalesRemastered.
Let's say if that was done at 11, I don't even work up the deal. I just keep all my notes. And me personally, I'm old school, so I open up an email and I type all the notes with their name in the subject line and the BV link, right? Because I'm gonna revisit it later. But on my calendar, I put at 5:30, my call's at 6 to prep because I want it to be fresh. Does that make sense? I don't wanna work it up at 11 and then call them at 6 and be like, what was I doing at 11 o'clock? Right, I need it to be fresh so that way it comes off enthusiastic. Because then I'm looking at my notes like, oh yeah, okay, this is what they want to do, this is what they want to do. And so then it becomes very natural when you say it out, right? And then so at 6 o'clock, I just happen to have a question or I ran into a hiccup, right? And so the call to them sounds something like this, like, hey Jordan, actually getting ready to send out your disclosures. It's about to be on its way, but I found something and I want to run it by you. I got an idea and I want your feedback. Is your husband available? Can you put me on speakerphone? Of course, I know they're available, right? Because they're both at home to give the consent. And so they put me on speakerphone and let's just say your husband's name was Charles, right? Hey Charles, how you doing? My name is Daniel. I had a chance to speak with Jordan earlier. She shared with me that it was important for you guys to kind of create some cash flow so you could pay off about $30,000 in credit card debt. She mentioned me that you guys are only paying the minimum payment, and even though you pay the minimum payment, you guys are barely having enough money left over in the bank. She mentioned that you guys intend to keep this house and hopefully someday pay it off faster than the 28 years you guys have left. And so I'm sending out disclosures to help you alleviate some of these concerns. And so what I did is I just created massive rapport with the husband because he was never even there, right? But oftentimes what happens is that's usually the wife. And so the wife's, either way, they're now in cohesion because they feel like I'm their friend. Like I know exactly what's going on. And then so that's me pre-framing both of them. Because 11 to 6 o'clock, a lot of things can happen, right? They probably had an argument about the kids spilling milk in the kitchen, right? And they're not in that mindset to buy from me yet. And so I need to put them in a position where they need what I have, right? And so what I'm doing is I'm putting that information together. I'm about to send it out, but I found something and I want to run it by you. So I was going through your credit report and I noticed that a lot of the comments from the credit bureaus really circled around your credit card debt. And you had mentioned to me that you're only making the minimum payments right now. And because the minimum payments will take literally tens of, if not 15, 20 years just to pay off the balance, I have an idea. If we were to remove these total payments, I would take your total payment, let's say 1,500 mortgage, 500 credit cards. Say I would be able to take your total payment of 2,000 and bring it all the way down to 1,600. See, what happens is removing the credit card debt, it's actually going to remove these comments from the credit bureaus. And so what will happen is your FICO will go from the 680 upwards to 760. And that's going to position you so that you could save money, over your lifetime in anything you finance. But here's the best part, is with that $400 in month-to-month savings, you can actually replenish your bank account because Jordan had mentioned to me that you guys barely have $1,000 left in your bank account. Now it's important, especially with little kids and all your liabilities, that you have some sort of cushion, right? And now besides that, after about 6 to 9 months, when your FICO improves, I can give you a courtesy service. Just make sure you guys don't miss any mortgage payments. As long as you don't, you're entitled with New American Funding for a courtesy service, meaning no lender fees. And so I'm gonna show you guys how to get it into a shorter term and even a lower rate because you're gonna have a much better FICO. You'll have a couple months of living in the bank, right? You'll have no debt. And ultimately, you'll be in a position to shave years off the life of your loan. As a matter of fact, Jordan, I actually did the math. If we reduce just 6 years off the life of your loan, that's 72 payments of $1,000. That'll save you $72,000 in monthly payments. So I just wanted your feedback first before I send it. What do you guys think?
Wow.
Right?
That's incredible.
Every single time.
They can't say no to that at all. Like there's no way for them to say no.
Correct, yeah.